Dude, what was that? Whoa, what the fuck? Oh shit.
A YouTube user named Interroller recently visited the historic Manassas battlefield in Virginia.
And they were firing toward the Union Brigade, Cannon Brigade, which is next to the old Henry house. Along here. And old Mrs. Henry, 84 years old, an invalid, in the house. The house was hit by shells and she was of course killed.
Capturing some intriguing footage near the site of the old Henry house. This house, famously tied to the tragic story of 84-year-old Judith Henry, who was bedridden and killed during the Civil War when Union artillery shells struck her home, has long been a site of somber history. While filming near a small black fence marking the graves of Miss Henry and her family, Interroller noticed nothing unusual during the visit. However, upon reviewing the video later, they spotted something spine-chilling. A woman dressed in white, calmly walking along the fence. There were no reenactments or other visitors in the area that day, and the mysterious figure wasn't seen by anyone present during the filming. Skeptics have suggested that the woman could simply be a passerby, but the family behind the video insists she wasn't there at the time. Could this be a ghostly appearance of Miss Henry herself, forever tied to the tragic events of that fateful day? Or is it something more explainable? The debate continues, but one thing's for sure, this eerie sighting has left viewers with chills. While hiking deep in the forest, a man stumbled upon something deeply disturbing. The video begins with him navigating the thick woods when he suddenly comes across several eerie stick crosses and a strange teepee constructed from twisted branches. As he films the scene, his camera pans, and that's when he sees her.
Alright, you guys. So we're back here again, and remember the witch that we found? The witch that we caught on camera? Well, I found where it's been living. There's like crosses and stuff here. It's so creepy. And like logs and stuff, like ceremonial shit. And then there's like a teepee. Like look how fucking crazy this is. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh shit. Oh god.
A woman dressed in white, with long black hair, standing completely still in the shadows. Frozen in fear, he quickly turns and flees the forest. But the question remains, who or what did he encounter that night? While hiking through the rugged trails of California, a man stumbled upon something truly bizarre, and he managed to catch it on camera. In the shaky footage, a dark, hairy humanoid figure can be seen striding uphill, moving smoothly on two legs. Despite the low video quality, the creature bears an uncanny resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. As it reached the hill's peak, it disappeared from view, leaving the stunned hiker questioning what he had just witnessed. Considering California has long been a Bigfoot hotspot with a rising number of reported sightings, some believe this could be yet another encounter with the elusive beast. This man was left shaken after reviewing the CCTV footage from a shed-mounted camera aimed at his cabin's kitchen. While he and his wife were upstairs, the camera recorded something chilling. A shadowy figure moving silently from right to left. The couple was supposed to be alone, so who or what was in their kitchen? One night, a homeowner was startled by strange noises coming from the back of their house. Curious and a little unnerved, they checked their security camera footage. Sure enough, it had picked up something. Later, another camera captured the same chilling sound. At first, it could have been dismissed as a mountain lion or some other wild animal. But the homeowner insisted they'd lived there for years and had never heard anything like it before. Animal or something far more unsettling? No one knows for sure. But one thing's certain, hearing that noise in the dead of night is pure nightmare fuel. In 2008, 4 friends set off on a trip to the woods. One night, while hanging out in their remote rental cabin and playing Wii Sports, they decided to film themselves having fun. But what the camera captured was anything but fun. As they laughed and played, a nearly transparent figure suddenly flashed past the window behind them, completely unnoticed at the time. It wasn't someone casually walking by. It looked more like a ghostly presence that materialized out of thin air. The creepiest part? They were miles from anyone, and supposedly alone. Whatever else happened on that trip remains a mystery, but that eerie footage is enough to send chills down your spine. YouTuber Mortis the Wizard recently ventured deep into the woods after receiving a chilling tip from a former satanic cult member and a local farmer. They warned him about a terrifying location known as the Circle of Lucifer, a place said to be the site of frequent satanic rituals and human sacrifices. When Mortis finally reached the spot, what he discovered was nothing short of horrifying. Scattered around were what looked like human remains, a spine, an arm, and even a hand, with fingers frozen in a disturbing curl. While he tried to convince himself they might be animal bones, the sinister atmosphere and eerie silence made it hard to believe they weren't something far worse. According to the tip, sacrifices were said to occur monthly, possibly even more often, and judging by the number of bones littering the area, this creepy clearing lived up to its terrifying reputation. One night, Reddit user Batman Evans was jolted by strange, unsettling noises echoing from the next room. At first, it was just odd creaks and murmurs, but then came the heavy thumping against the wall. As the sounds grew louder and more frantic, curiosity quickly turned into fear. Unsure of what was unfolding just feet away, they made the tough call to contact emergency services for a wellness check. What they discovered was both haunting and heartbreaking. The neighbor had been trapped in a terrifying sleep paralysis episode, likely triggered by the emotional weight of a recent family tragedy. Let's hope they've found some peace since that chilling night. In early April 2024, TikTok user Scaredbugs set out on a bold adventure, exploring a notorious cave on a scorching hot day. The cave had a chilling reputation. Locals claimed eerie noises often echoed from its depths. Intrigued and eager to uncover the mystery, he ventured inside.
Ah, c'è qualcuno? Ehi! Allora, è veramente impressionante. E poi è scavata come una bara. Ed è scavata dall'uomo, vedete? A picconate proprio. È strettissima.
As he stepped further in, an unsettling whistling sound filled the air, sending shivers down his spine.
È angustissima. io mi fermerò a un certo punto perché non ce la faccio se tu... Merda. No. Aiuto.
But despite the eerie atmosphere, he eventually emerged from the cave unnerved, yet completely unharmed. A homeowner living deep in the woods set up a security camera, hoping to capture footage of local wildlife. But what the camera recorded was something far more unsettling. The footage revealed a ghostly, semi-transparent figure moving at an inhuman speed, far faster than anyone could run. Yet, when slowed down, the figure had the unmistakable shape of a person. Who or what was out there in the dead of night, sprinting through the isolated forest? Could it have been a lost traveler, a restless spirit, or something even more mysterious? Perhaps a cryptid lurking in the shadows? While staying at the famously haunted Hotel Monteleone, a woman had a chilling experience she'll never forget. As she stood quietly in the hallway, something in the distance caught her eye, a young boy, eerily still, just standing at the far end of the corridor. Locals whisper of a tragic spirit said to roam these halls. A little boy who appears only to motherly figures. According to legend, he died of illness with no one, especially not his mother, by his side. They say he's still searching for the comfort he was cruelly denied. Was this just a shadow playing tricks? Or a heartbroken soul still clinging to the world he left behind? A Reddit user recently shared a photo that sent chills down the spines of everyone who saw it. At first glance, everything looked normal until you noticed the background. Near the doorway lurked a strange, eerie figure that defied easy explanation. Some brushed it off as an oddly shaped person, or maybe even the hind leg of an animal. But others saw something far darker, a shadowy presence, or the haunting outline of a body being dragged. What was caught in this image, and could it be something sinister? This eerie video, originally posted on Reddit by user Elon Spectre Doctor, has left viewers deeply unsettled. In the footage, a cyclist navigates a pitch-black forest at night, only to stumble upon a pale, unclothed humanoid figure. The cyclist notices the figure, but seems too terrified to approach it, let alone check if it's okay. With almost no context provided, Reddit commenters have been buzzing with theories. Could this be a person in distress, a sleepwalker, or perhaps something more paranormal? What's your take on this chilling clip? During the summer of 2011, a group of friends set out for a camping trip in the remote mountains of Utah, eager for days of fishing and target shooting. But their adventure took a chilling turn. As they explored deeper into the forest, they spotted movement among the trees. What they saw left them frozen in place. A large, mysterious creature, covered in brown hair, lurking just beyond their reach. Before they could get a closer look, it vanished into the dense wilderness, leaving behind only questions. To this day, they've never seen it again. While exploring a dense forest at night, a man couldn't shake the eerie feeling that he wasn't alone. The air felt heavy, charged with something unseen. But it wasn't until he reviewed his footage later that the true horror set in.
Any spirits in these woods? Spirits in these woods. Any spirits in these woods?
A strange wisp of smoke darted past the camera too fast, too defined to be just missed. Slowing it down, his blood ran cold. It wasn't Smokey at all. It was a pale, ghostly figure, moving at impossible speed, as if it were riding a bike. Could this be the spirit of a long-lost cyclist, still racing through the night? Late one night, a woman was out for a walk near her home when she spotted something so strange that she pulled out her phone to record it. The eerie footage shows outdoor fitness equipment moving on its own, with no one in sight. Some viewers are convinced it's just clever video editing, while others wonder how such flawless synchronization could be faked. Mechanical malfunctions are rare, but the way these machines move in perfect harmony has fueled wild speculation. Is this an elaborate hoax or chilling proof of something paranormal? After receiving chilling tips from viewers, a team of investigators arrives at an abandoned farm with a dark past. The original family vanished without a trace, and ever since, locals have reported eerie whispers and shadowy figures moving through the decaying house. As they prepare to enter, they briefly film an upstairs window that many claim hides something unnatural. Once inside, they carefully set up their equipment.
Dude, what was that?
A table jerks violently across the room. Panic sets in. Was something lurking in the shadows of the farm? Or was it all an elaborate hoax? The truth remains buried in mystery. This person captured a bone-chilling moment outside their home, deep in the woods. After hearing eerie, unfamiliar noises, they grabbed a camera and started recording. At first, everything seemed normal, just the quiet, empty darkness. But then, for a fleeting second, a pair of glowing eyes pierced through the night before vanishing without a trace. Was it just an animal reflecting the light? Or something far more unsettling lurking in the shadows? While staying at a secluded bungalow, Carrie decided to take her dog for a familiar stroll through the forest. A path she had walked countless times before, but this time something felt different. A sudden, chilling scream tore through the dense undergrowth, unlike anything she had ever heard. Her dog's ears perked up, his body tense before he erupted into frantic barking, fixated on the unseen source of the sound. A shiver ran down Carrie's spine. Heart pounding, she called him back. Her voice barely steady. Then, through the eerie silence that followed, came something even more unsettling. The words were distant yet unmistakable, distorted as if carried by the wind. Panic tightened around her chest. After what felt like an eternity, her dog finally returned unharmed but visibly uneasy. Without hesitation, Carrie turned back, practically dragging him along. As she hurried away, the ghostly voice still echoed faintly behind her. While walking along an old, abandoned railroad track with her brother and his girlfriend's family, a woman snapped a simple photo. But when she looked at it later, something chilling caught her eye. In the top right corner of the image, several shadowy figures appeared that looked like they were walking straight toward the group. No one remembered seeing anyone else out there. And these figures? They weren't just eerie, they looked wrong, dark, distorted, and not human. A backpacker once shared a chilling video from the DeSoto mine in Arizona, calling it the creepiest place they'd ever explored.
it's not my eyes playing with me, but like...
At the time, all they could hear was the steady drip of water echoing through the empty tunnels. But when they reviewed the footage later, they were stunned to hear something else. The unmistakable sound of footsteps on wood in a place that was completely deserted. That eerie moment was enough to make them turn back, cutting their exploration short as the mine's unsettling vibe grew too intense to ignore. Back in 2003, Jay had a photo snapped by a friend during a visit to Pyramid Lake. Years later, while looking through old memories, they noticed something chilling, which appears to be the faint figure of a little girl in the background. Some swear it's evidence of something paranormal, especially considering Pyramid Lake's long-standing reputation for eerie happenings. Others brush it off as a trick of the light or a camera glitch. But the figure is so eerily clear, so human, that it's hard not to ask, was it just a coincidence? While hiking through a remote, unfamiliar forest, a backpacker stumbled upon something utterly baffling.
Привет, парни, я тут в шоке. Решил прогуляться по территории. Посмотрите, какой забор. Вот это забор. Я просто в ахуе. Сейчас покажу еще. Вот это забор. Вон он кончается. И вон там кончается. Вон угол.
A massive wall rising out of the wilderness with no warning, no signs, and no explanation. It seemed to stretch endlessly, untouched by time or reason. Just the sight of it sent chills down his spine, reminding many online of something straight out of the Truman Show. What was its purpose? Who built it? Why here, in the middle of nowhere? The mystery has ignited wild speculation, and if we only knew its exact location, we might finally uncover the truth behind this eerie enigma. Back in 2012 or 2013, a group of friends decided to add a little thrill to their Halloween by joining a ghost tour at the historic and notoriously haunted Concordia Cemetery. At one point during the tour, they stopped to snap a group photo. Their guide kindly offered to take the shot while they posed ahead under the eerie glow of the cemetery lights. That night, as they reviewed the pictures back at home, one friend's sister noticed something that made her blood run cold. In the background of their group photo was a shadowy figure wearing a hat, seemingly strolling right past them. The strange part? No one had seen anyone near them when the photo was taken. Terrified, she demanded they leave immediately. And when she showed the picture to the rest of the group, their excitement quickly turned to dread. From that night on, they made a pact. No more ghost tours. Was it just a random person they somehow didn't notice? Or did they unknowingly capture something far more chilling, something not meant to be seen? In 2014, two young women set out on the treacherous Kalalau Trail in Hawaii, unaware of the ordeal that awaited them. Midway through the hike, the weather took a dangerous turn. Rain poured down, flooding the trail and making the terrain slick and perilous. With no phone service and rising rivers blocking their path, they were forced to brave the night in the heart of the jungle. Just when hope seemed to fade, the distant thump of a helicopter echoed through the trees. Miraculously, the rescuers spotted the white towels the women had hung up to dry as an improvised signal that saved their lives. They were airlifted to safety, a powerful reminder that preparation and quick thinking can mean the difference between disaster and rescue in the wild. While exploring the infamous zombie road alone, a man couldn't shake the eerie feeling that he was being watched. This stretch of road has long been shrouded in dark legends, once home to an orphanage that tragically burned down in the early 1900s. Many believe the spirits of the children who perished in that fire still linger there, and countless visitors have reported chilling encounters with ghostly figures. As the sun began to set, the man decided to snap a photo of the fading light filtering through the trees. But this was before digital cameras, so he wouldn't see what he captured until the film was developed days later. When he finally did, his blood ran cold because staring back at him were shadowy shapes that looked an awful lot like children. Could this be proof that the lost souls of Zombie Road are still watching? TikTok user Tia Langley and her friends decided to explore using the mysterious Randonautica app, which led them to an eerie, abandoned location. Tia filmed the entire adventure, but things took a chilling turn fast. Take a look.
What? Are your brights on? Can you turn your brights on? Oh shit, no, there's like a big pool of water over there. Yeah, don't go over there. Just stay here. Don't move. Should we get out? Yeah, we should. Holy fucking shit! Go! Stop, just go, just leave. Go, 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 go! That was someone on the other side! That was someone on the other I don't know where to go. Slow down. Go that way, 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 go that way.
In part 2 of the video, the terrifying truth unfolded. A group of men suddenly appeared out of nowhere, slamming on the car doors and chasing the group in a heart-pounding scene. Trapped in a truly unsettling situation, Tia and her friends were left shaken, haunted by one question: what would have happened if they had stepped out of the car? On July 2nd, 2020, what started as an ordinary drive for Chisa quickly took a chilling turn.
Padre cielo que estás en lo nuestro.
While trailing another car, something strange caught their eye. A mysterious figure with glowing eyes seemed to be peering out from the trunk. Gripped by curiosity and unease, Kisa instinctively pulled out their phone and started recording, desperate to capture the eerie sight. As the video came to a close, a distressed sound, presumably from Kisa, echoed through, hinting at the fear and confusion they felt in that moment. Since then, the video has gone viral, sparking countless theories online. But despite all the speculation, the truth behind what Kisa saw remains a haunting mystery. YouTuber Michael Luzzi recently revisited Split Rock Road in New Jersey, a place where he once had a chilling encounter. As he stood in the eerie silence of the woods, something caught his eye.
For here, so. Oh, what is that light?
Oh, there's a light over there.
Yo, what the hell? What is that? Yo! Yo! Oh, nah. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go down here real quick and see what is down here.
Two mysterious lights appeared, one hovering high in the trees, the other closer to the ground. They moved in strange, unnatural ways, almost as if they were alive. Then, things took an even darker turn.
Literally standing right there, 370Z. I'm literally sitting there like this, just chilling, and then something behind me, I don't know. That noise is coming from over here more. That noise is literally coming from somewhere over here.
How do you want to know what it is?
I don't know, that noise is definitely coming from over here somewhere. Oh, so what the fuck? Look at that! That's that person. That's the person from last. Go.
Get out of here, Bo.
Go, just dip. I don't know what the hell that was, bro.
Out of the shadows, a faint figure began to take shape. It looked like a person only, not quite. Terrified, Lucy bolted back to his car, heart pounding, unsure of what he'd just seen. To this day, the ghostly lights and the shadowy figure remain a disturbing mystery. While combing through footage from his trail cam, a Virginia hunter discovered something chilling and eerie. An almost translucent figure that resembles either a ghostly child or some unknown creature stalking the forest. Some skeptics chalk it up to moonlight playing tricks on the lens, but others? They're not so sure. Is this spine-tingling image actual proof of the paranormal? Or just a creepy coincidence captured at the perfect moment? While walking down an abandoned road in rural Japan, something strange suddenly caught his eye.
Okay, that's weird, right? Why is it moving?
Yeah. Can we go? Why is it doing that?
see that down there?
What?
Right
Shut
there.
up. I'm not gonna look.
There's nothing.
Okay, why is it still moving?
Can we go? I'm legitimately running and getting out of here. I don't understand. I'm gonna look this up. And
Oh, maybe there's some. Wait. But still, no, it's not. It's cut there, so they shouldn't be, right? I don't know.
It wasn't windy. The forest was dead still, except for that one tree shifting unnaturally, like it was alive. He pulled out his phone to look it up. Nothing made sense. The movement didn't stop. Some nearby locals later said they'd never seen anything like it. Ever. One theory points to Kodama, ancient tree spirits from Japanese folklore said to dwell in strong, sacred forests. Others say it could be something more scientific, like unique oscillation frequencies or shifting roots triggered by subtle seismic tremors, which are common in Japan. But given how close they were to the infamous Aokigahara forest, known for its chilling past and eerie silence, no theory brought much comfort. The image of that lone twitching tree among a forest of stillness was enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Would you have kept walking? After a car accident, a man snapped a quick photo to document the damage. But when he later brightened the image to get a clearer look, he saw something that made his blood run cold. Sitting in the driver's seat, clear as day, was a terrifying figure with glowing eyes and a monstrous, twisted face. The image sent chills down the spines of those who saw it. Many believe it wasn't just a trick of the light, but a sinister spirit, perhaps even the cause of the crash. Strangely, this isn't the first time eerie entities have been spotted inside wrecked cars, leading some to wonder, are these supernatural forces hiding in plain sight waiting to strike? Allie stood exactly where they had buried the doll, Mary. The air was suffocating, thick with something unnatural, and there she was, Mary.
No way. Bro. There's like overgrowth on her and everything. She's right there. Mary's right there. Patty. What does that mean? What does Patty mean? She's gonna say one more thing and I'm getting out of here. Like, I don't feel safe here.
Her porcelain face peeked out from a blanket of overgrown weeds, as if the earth itself had tried and failed to silence her. She hadn't moved, yet somehow she was watching. Then came the whisper, Patty. Allie froze. That name. He didn't recognize it. Who was Patty? He glanced down. The soil was no longer untouched. It was torn, scraped, like something had clawed its way up from underneath. And just beneath the wind, a chilling sound floated into the background of the footage. Soft, echoing laughter, a child's cry, faint, haunting. Allie didn't hear it clearly, but deep down, he knew. Mary wasn't finished, and this time, he had to end her. For good. Silent 9mm posted a photo that's blowing minds, a gigantic footprint his mom found on their roof. The print, with 4 huge toes and an unusually large size, instantly sparked Bigfoot rumors. But here's the twist. Even if it were human, who walks barefoot on a roof? And the weirdest part? There was only one footprint, just a single, massive step, and nothing else. On December 24th, 2024, Reddit user PositiveSong2293 posted a captivating video that quickly stirred up a storm of curiosity. The footage shows a glowing orb gliding low over the mountains of Cali, Colombia, shimmering with lights as it moves through the sky.
Mire Isa, mírelo acá, rápido, mírelo acá.
While some viewers dismissed it as a half-deflated mylar balloon catching the sunlight just right, others weren't so sure. sparking speculation that it might be something far more mysterious. Known for its breathtaking landscapes, Cali has now found itself at the center of the latest UFO buzz. While hiking deep in an isolated forest, one man stumbled upon a spine-chilling sight: scattered bones on the ground, with a single shoe still attached, giving the disturbing impression of human remains. But here's where it gets even creepier. The person who posted the photo never mentioned alerting the authorities, and no follow-up was ever shared. The eerie setting and total radio silence only fuel the mystery. But take a closer look, and something doesn't sit right. Are these human bones? Or did someone stage a cruel hoax, stuffing animal bones into a shoe just to terrify unsuspecting hikers? While caving with a group, one man found himself trapped in a terrifying predicament. As he ventured deeper into a narrow passage, he became wedged so tightly that he couldn't move no matter how hard he tried. The situation quickly worsened when water started pouring into the cramped space, rising steadily around him. Panic set in as he urgently shouted to his partner outside the passage for help. His partner, struggling against the current and the growing pressure, fought to free him, but it was no easy task. The water kept rising, and time was running out. After what felt like an eternity, with tension mounting and the water creeping higher, the partner managed to pull him out, saving him just in the nick of time. After a peaceful day of fishing, the man decided to stop by a nearby public restroom, but the moment he stepped inside, something jolted him.
Yo, what the f- What the? Bro. There's nobody in here.
The place was empty. Not a soul in sight. Just silence. He stood frozen, heart pounding. That scream he just heard, it was real. Too loud, too clear to be a trick of the mind, and yet, no one was there. A guy went out magnet fishing one afternoon expecting the usual pile of rusty junk, and for the most part, that's exactly what he got. But then, something strange surfaced. He dragged up an old knife, still tucked inside its weathered sheath, like it hadn't seen daylight in decades. Creepy, but nothing compared to what came next. On his final toss, he reeled in what looked like an ordinary stick, until he saw what was tied to it. A disturbingly lifelike doll, its face covered in needles, like some kind of twisted voodoo ritual piece. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, there was a small, transparent bag fastened to the doll's back. He had no idea what it was, but the whole thing gave him chills. Uneasy and spooked, he packed up and left in a hurry, only to realize he'd wandered into a nearby cemetery, alone, lost, and more terrified than ever. Thankfully, after what felt like forever, he managed to find his way out. TikToker Carter Booth and his friend thought they were alone on their camping trip until they reviewed their footage. Hidden among the rocks, two mysterious figures were silently watching them. The eerie discovery left them deeply unsettled, shattering their sense of safety in the wild. In 2011, two campers were soaking in the beauty of Colorado's wilderness on what seemed like a perfect sunny day. But their peaceful trek took a terrifying turn when loud, unexplained banging sounds suddenly echoed around them. They froze, scanning the landscape for the source, but no matter where they looked, there was nothing. As if the mysterious noises weren't unsettling enough, just moments later, a massive earthquake rocked Colorado. It left everyone wondering, were those eerie sounds a chilling warning of what was about to come? A hunter in Pennsylvania set up a trail camera deep in the woods behind his van, hoping to catch footage of the local wildlife. But when he reviewed the footage later, he was horrified by what he saw. Instead of deer or raccoons, a lone figure dressed in a clown costume emerged from the darkness in the dead of night. Thankfully, the hunter wasn't harmed, but the chilling encounter nearly scared him out of his wits. TikToker Joe Fells, known for surprising his wife with adventurous trips, planned a remote camping getaway, but things took a terrifying turn.
Lodge Explorer.
Huh? What? What?
What is that?
What the fuck?
That was not there last night.
Nah, that shit wasn't there last night. We pulled up here. I come over here and set up this solar thing last night.
In the middle of the night, they discovered a rock placed next to their van, scrawled with the chilling message, "I will kill again." Shaken, they called the Forest Service, but got passed to the sheriff's office. Even the police seemed unsure how to handle it. While seeking help, they ran into a strange local who ominously hinted that nobody does anything out here without my approval, and he wasn't happy someone freelanced. Despite their fear, Felds and his wife returned to grab the rock, only to find another camper at their old spot. They warned him, and luckily, he was armed and unbothered. Before leaving, they thoroughly checked their van for hidden trackers, just in case they were being watched. What started as a simple trip turned into a real-life horror story. Sam recently shared jaw-dropping footage of a gorilla troop wandering into a human camp. With their heart pounding, a wildlife photographer managed to capture every intricate detail from the gorilla's curious expressions to their fascinating interactions. It's 1:40 in the morning and two friends are cruising down a deserted road. The darkness around them so thick the trees lining the sides are barely visible. Suddenly, something stirs in the shadows. Curious and a little uneasy, they pull over and aim their headlights into the woods.
I love cruising through here. Going through the canyon. Yo, what the fuck?
Hey, I see
Thought I saw some shit. Nah, are you kidding me? Nah, nigga. Should I check it out? Nah.
Fucking make a ride, homie. Let's just see
Wait,
what's
what
up.
the
I
fuck?
see something over there.
Thought I saw something too. Let's see if I can get it on camera. Whoa, what the fuck? Yo, can you see that shit too?
That's a witch, nigga. That's still be thick.
Hey, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck is that shit, nigga? Get the fuck out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here, nigga. I'm not trying to get possessed.
At first, there's nothing, just silence and empty trees. But then, a figure slowly steps out from the dry brush, cloaked in black, hunched over, and clutching what looks like a walking stick. It creeps forward. One of the friends nervously jokes it might be a witch. Whether it's a twisted prank or something far stranger, one thing's clear. There's no good reason anyone should be wandering out here, alone, in the dead of night. Two friends shove a massive boulder off a cliff, expecting it to plunge straight down. Meanwhile, their third friend waits below, camera in hand, ready to capture the moment. But things take a terrifying turn.
Come on, you pussies! Oh shit! Oh! Oh! Holy shit!
Instead of falling straight, the boulder veers straight toward him. He has no time to move. Somehow, against all odds, he survives, but it's pure, heart-stopping luck. In May 2014, Malcolm Fox was enjoying a camping trip in Somerset West, South Africa, when he decided to hop on his bike for a casual ride. But what was supposed to be a peaceful outing quickly turned into a nightmare. After taking a wrong turn, Fox suddenly found himself face to face with danger.
That's all I got on me. I promise. That's all I got on me, I promise you. I won't mess around, I swear.
Footage from his GoPro captured the chilling moment. A man approached him aggressively, demanding that he hand over everything he had, but the robbers weren't finished. One thief made off with his bike while another frisked him at knife point, searching for anything else of value. What the attackers didn't realize, however, was that the entire encounter was being recorded. They never noticed the small GoPro on Fox's helmet. Thanks to the clear video evidence, authorities were able to track down and arrest the suspects, and remarkably, all of Fox's belongings were returned to him. A man walks alone down a deserted path, the trees closing in around him. Suddenly, he freezes, or someone is standing in the distance. Without warning, a blood-curdling scream rips through the air. Some viewers claim the scream sounds fake, but that doesn't explain the chilling presence of the white figure lurking ahead. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling photo taken during a camping trip in the forest, claiming to have captured the elusive Mothman. The eerie image shows a dark, shadowy figure silhouetted against a bright sky, sparking heated debates among users. Some argue it's just an optical illusion or a case of pareidolia, while others are convinced it could be the real deal, a rare sighting of the mythical creature. While camping in Turkey, a group of friends stumbled upon something chilling. From the top of a distant hill, an eerie figure emerged, casting a haunting silhouette against the landscape.
Ahmet sakın şu an her yerde çıkabilir, her an çıkabilir. Allah'ım bunlar sandık. Nerede? Tamam gördüm bir dakika bak. Gördüm. Boynuzlara bak. Tamam işte. Ahmet bu boynuzu şaş yapar bu Ahmet. Boynuzu şaş yapar bak. Burayı koruyan boynuzu şaş yapar, bu çok güçlü. Çok güçlü Ahmet, sakın panik yapma bak. Başına büyük bir sıkıntı gelebilir, sakın panik yapma bak. Görüyor musun? Şu an bize bakıyor. Ve şimdi bu neydi öyle? Çıktı bu ortaya. Bu kısımla çıktı ortaya. Ama çok güçlü Ahmet. Var mı başka yerde?
As the video captures the unsettling sight, viewers can't help but wonder, is this a demonic entity lurking in the shadows, or could it simply be an animal? The mystery continues to send shivers down the spine. Jake Chairs recently turned to the internet for help unraveling a mystery. During a family camping trip, a relative snapped a photo of Jake walking up a hill, but when they looked closer, they noticed something chilling. Right beside him were two transparent figures trailing closely behind. Jake insists no one else was around, and at the time, nothing felt out of the ordinary. So, what exactly did the camera capture? While the family was enjoying a stay at their cabin in California, their trail camera captured something chilling. As the homeowner rummaged through the trunk of his car, a ghostly figure emerged from the woods behind him. The figure, eerily human-like, crept closer, crouched low behind the car, and then vanished without a trace. Unaware of the haunting presence just feet away, the homeowner carried on as if nothing had happened. It wasn't until he reviewed the footage later that night that the true horror sank in and it left him shaken. A group of friends was enjoying a camping trip when they decided to take a swim in the ocean. At first, everything seemed perfectly normal, just another refreshing dip. But suddenly, panic broke out on the shore. His friends started frantically shouting for him to get out fast. They had spotted something he hadn't. Confused and scared, he swam harder, desperate to reach safety. That's when he saw it. A massive shark gliding through the water just feet away from him. Miraculously, he made it out unharmed, but it was a swim he would never forget. Lucky Beautiful Tafuntone 83 recently shared a chilling experience from a haunted house tour at Plasteg in North Wales. While exploring the eerie estate with her cousin and father, she kept her phone at the ready, hoping to capture any supernatural activity. Suddenly, through her camera lens, she spotted a pale figure lurking behind a tree, causing her to freeze in terror. But when she looked up with her own eyes, the figure had vanished without a trace. She also noted that the road outside the mansion has a dark reputation, often linked to strange hauntings and a string of car accidents, fueled by the legend of the Grey Lady. Although Plasteg is now closed to the public, she admits she's still eager and a little nervous to return to the haunted grounds. A Reddit user, curious but skeptical, decided to camp overnight at the infamous Skinwalker Ranch, a hotspot for paranormal activity. Even during the day, they couldn't shake an eerie feeling that clung to the air. But as night fell, the tension thickened. Suddenly, they heard branches snapping just outside their tent. Grabbing their phone to use as a flashlight, they caught a glimpse of something unsettling lurking at the edge of the darkness. The chilling sounds and shadowy figure were enough to send them packing in a panic. Did they come face to face with something not of this world? While on a camping trip, Reddit user Devour Hearts shared a photo that left their family stunned. Their parents had been driving along gravel roads, frequently stopping to snap shots of anything that caught their eye. One photo revealed something chilling, a white silhouette of a woman standing near a barn. At first glance, it looked like an overexposed figure captured by accident, but according to the Redditor, no one was there when the photo was. Olive for Life recently took a solo trip to the infamous Hampstead House in Connecticut, and what they captured has left the internet buzzing. In the photo, a faint, eerie figure can be seen, sparking debate. Is it a genuine ghost sighting or just a clever camera trick? Given Hampstead House's long-standing reputation for ghost stories, the image feels all the more chilling. Some viewers are convinced it's real proof of the supernatural, while skeptics argue it's just an illusion. As for Olive, they believe they may have photographed the spirit of a young colonial girl still lingering within the historic home. While hiking on Vashon Island, this man stumbled upon something truly bizarre. A tree that had grown around an abandoned bicycle. Over the years, the tree slowly swallowed the bike, lifting it high off the ground as it expanded. Imagine how incredible it would have been to watch a time-lapse of nature's slow but unstoppable takeover. While hiking near an old cemetery in Indonesia, a man decided to set up a trail camera, hoping to catch some wildlife. But when he later reviewed the footage, he found something he couldn't explain. In the dead of night, a strange figure dressed in white emerged, gliding eerily through the darkness. Without warning, it paused, then shot straight up into the sky, disappearing in an instant. Some swear it was a ghost, while others dismiss it as an elaborate hoax. Yet to this day, no one has been able to explain what happened that night. A man was enjoying a peaceful hunting trip in Dillon State Park when something strange shattered the quiet of the woods.
Something bad about tree burrows, if they're still in the tree, usually they're ones that are worth cut. I hope I got that on audio, because I don't know what the hell that is.
As a seasoned hunter and frequent visitor to the park, he knew the calls of every animal in the area. But this sound, it was unlike anything he'd ever encountered. Curious and a little unsettled, he posted the footage online, asking the internet for help. Was it just some rare animal, or had he stumbled upon something far more mysterious? While out on a peaceful hike, one Reddit user stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. A bomb, just sitting there in the middle of the forest. Its modern design hinted it could be tied to recent military drills, illegal dumping, or even a leftover from a long-past conflict. Whatever the origin, it was clear. This wasn't some rusty relic. Thankfully, the hiker kept their cool, didn't trigger anything, and reported the chilling find before making it out safely. The owner of this trail cam had no idea what he was about to capture. On a remote, unnamed path, his camera recorded something deeply unsettling. Confused and creeped out, he uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what he'd seen, but no one could. The eerie figure remains unidentified and terrifying. A Reddit user recently shared a chilling photo taken by an older family member during one of her regular hikes through a remote mountain trail. The path winds past a cave believed to date back to the Stone Age, far from civilization, with no buildings or people for miles. After her hike, she posted a few photos on Facebook, but one image quickly grabbed everyone's attention. In the distance, a mysterious figure appears. The strange part? She swears she was completely alone the entire time. She's not the kind of person to stage photos, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary during her walk. To this day, the eerie figure in the photo remains a mystery. A group of friends went camping near Mount Rana, nestled in the scenic beauty of northern Norway. They had a perfect view of the Sami Lavu and spent the trip soaking in nature, snapping a few photos to remember the experience. Everything seemed normal until the next day. While casually scrolling through their pictures, one of them paused. There, right next to the tent, was something they didn't remember seeing: a small girl. None of them had seen a child anywhere near their site. Creeped out but curious, they brightened the photo, and sure enough, the figure became even clearer. They weren't into ghost stories or the paranormal, but this felt different. Just to be certain, they brought the photo to the National Library, where experts confirmed it hadn't been altered in any way. Still shaken, one of them decided to post the eerie image on Reddit. The internet, naturally, went wild. A Reddit user stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare, a tree completely covered in bizarre, unnatural-looking skulls. The eerie sight gave off an unmistakable sense of dread, as though the air itself didn't belong to the world of the living. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, the user returned the next day to investigate further. But the tree and every single skull was gone. Vanished. No tracks, no broken branches, not even disturbed soil. It was as if the entire haunting scene had never existed at all. A couple who had been living peacefully off the grid started noticing something strange on their property one day. From a distance, it looked like a man wrapped in a blue tarp, but something about it was wrong. The way it moved was eerie, unnatural, almost inhuman. But here's where it gets truly disturbing. When they returned to the spot later, it was like nothing had ever been there. No footprints, no snapped branches, no sign of disturbance, just the eerie footage they managed to capture. So who or what was that? And how did it end up in such an isolated place? While out walking their dog near a nuclear power plant, a Reddit user stumbled upon some bizarre, unidentifiable objects, and naturally, they shared the strange discovery online. To their surprise, other users chimed in with their own photos of the same mysterious items from the same area. The weirdest part? No one knows what they are or where they came from. After a long day of fishing, a group of locals decided to explore a nearby forest as night fell. Armed with flashlights, they made their way through the dense woods until something in the shadows caught their eye. Lurking just beyond the trees was a bizarre creature unlike anything they'd ever seen. It moved eerily, sometimes upright on two legs, other times crawling on all fours. The strangest part? It almost looked human, like someone wearing a mask and a full-body suit. Was this some kind of elaborate hoax? A creepy costume stunt? Or did they actually stumble across something unexplainable? Either way, the question remains, what's more terrifying, running into an unknown creature, or discovering a person dressed like that alone in the middle of the forest? A man is caught on camera standing beside a bizarre otherworldly creature, and what's even wilder is that he appears to be talking to it. The clip quickly went viral, with many viewers convinced the creature is actually a jinn. One commenter even claimed to have translated the man's words. "Look, I tried to high-five him, and he just left me hanging. So what's really going on here? Paranormal encounter or just a strange prank?" While out on a hike, someone stumbled across something seriously disturbing, and naturally, they snapped a photo and posted it online. The image quickly caught fire, with people in the comments debating whether the creature was even an animal at all. Some wondered if it had always looked that creepy, or if it had lost its fur after dying. The original poster tossed out a bold theory. Could it be a real-life chupacabra? Honestly, the vibes are definitely off. It's eerie enough to spark your imagination, but just maybe it's a sick animal, a strange case of decomposition, or even just a really well-placed prop. A hiker recently stumbled upon a bizarre creature in the wild and posted a video on Reddit, hoping someone could figure out what it was. At first, it looked like a tiny bird just standing there, not doing much. But as the camera crept closer, the bird suddenly puffed up and transformed into something way bigger and honestly, kind of intimidating. Turns out it was an American bittern, a type of heron with next-level camouflage skills. When it feels threatened, it flares out its feathers and stretches its neck sky-high, mimicking the look of tall grass to scare off predators and blend right into its surroundings. Nature's got some serious tricks up its sleeve. Last month, Reddit user IslandShort5920 made a chilling discovery when reviewing footage from their trail camera. The device captured an eerie nighttime image showing two unexplained figures standing on a remote dirt road. Internet detectives quickly began analyzing the photo, with many suggesting the figure on the left resembled a deer, bizarrely balanced on its hind legs. But the real puzzle was the unidentified figure on the right. What exactly was it? According to the Reddit poster, no video footage exists of the encounter, only the single haunting still image. They emphasized the camera was positioned in an isolated area with no houses or artificial lighting nearby, deepening the mystery. Despite numerous theories, the true identity of these strange figures remains unexplained, leaving viewers to wonder what exactly was wandering that lonely dirt road after dark. A friend was photographing a forest fire when they captured something unexplainable in one of their shots. The long exposure and motion blur common at night transformed what might have been ordinary into something eerily unnatural. They've reluctantly suggested it might have been someone running past, despite their certainty that no one else was present. Some who've seen the photo are convinced it's evidence of a supernatural presence, perhaps a ghost or some unknown entity attracted to the fire's energy. Others maintain it's simply camera artifacts creating a pareidolia effect. The authenticity of the image remains a compelling mystery. Was it truly an otherworldly encounter captured by chance, or just a fascinating photographic illusion? While hiking solo in the early morning on Thomas Mountain, California, a man was struck by an eerie silence that gave him an unsettling, almost haunted feeling. Before heading back to camp, he snapped a few photos of the quiet landscape. Later, while reviewing the pictures, he noticed something bizarre peeking out from behind a branch. In one of the shots was a strange head-like figure. Oddly enough, the figure didn't appear in any of the other photos. Intrigued and unnerved, he now plans to return to the exact spot to find out what he might have captured that day. What do you think he saw? During a hunting trip in the dense woods of Honobia, Oklahoma, a man stumbled upon something strange. As he peered through the trees, he noticed a tall, shadowy figure lurking just beyond the tree line. Its size and posture were unlike anything he had seen before. At first glance, it resembled a chimpanzee, but that was impossible. Chimpanzees aren't native to Oklahoma. The creature's movement seemed too fluid, too unnatural for any known animal, leading the hunter to wonder, could it be a Sasquatch? But the figure remained just out of clear view, never fully revealing itself, leaving the man and anyone who hears the story questioning what, exactly, he had seen in those mysterious woods. In the dead of night, a man living deep in the woods of South Jersey was suddenly jolted awake at 1 a.m. by a sound unlike anything he'd ever heard before. Describing it as a demonic dinosaur, he was left shaken to the core. Having spent over 30 years in the area, he's familiar with the usual nighttime creatures: deer, foxes, owls, raccoons, and the occasional geese. But this unsettling noise didn't fit any of them. Was it a distressed animal, an unknown predator lurking in the shadows, or something even more sinister, like a ghost, or a very disturbed person? To this day, the man has never heard the sound again and remains baffled by what it could have been. While out on a peaceful walk, this person snapped a photo of something unusual in the distance, a mysterious figure, partially hidden by tall grass. As soon as they locked eyes with whatever it was, it seemed to crouch down, making the moment all the more eerie. Initial guesses? It looked small, maybe about 12 inches tall. Theories quickly popped up, ranging from a person in a black hoodie squatting to a curious animal lurking in the grass. Skeptics quickly dismissed it as a hoax or a simple misidentification, but others couldn't help but wonder, could this be something more? A cryptid, perhaps? What exactly was captured in this chilling photo? While scrolling through their old photos, this Reddit user stumbled upon something downright chilling, what seemed to be a creepy, possibly severed foot in their backyard. The internet has been buzzing with wild theories, ranging from the bizarre idea of it being a leprechaun or a crackhead to the possibility of it being a statue. But despite all the speculation, the true origin of this eerie find remains a mystery. After a long hike, a Reddit user was driving home when he captured a jaw-dropping lightning storm on camera. His focus was on the road, so he didn't realize his dashcam had accidentally recorded something far stranger. High above, a shadowy shape appears in the sky. Some say it looks like a night owl. Others swear it resembles a bat. But to him, it was something completely out of place. Could it be a bird caught mid-flight, a smudge on the window, or something far more mysterious? While camping in the remote wilderness of Cake, Alaska, a man caught sight of a shadowy figure lurking behind the trees near a creek.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There it is, it's right behind that tree. Oh my God, I'm tripping out, I'm shaking.
Panic set in instantly. His hands trembled so badly that the footage he captured was shaky and chaotic. He later had to stabilize the video to make sense of what he saw. The man swears it was Bigfoot, and honestly, judging by his terrified reaction, he truly believes it. But without solid proof, it remains yet another chilling mystery lost to the woods. A few years back, a family took a trip to Jeffrey's Cliffs in Hawkville, Kentucky. It was supposed to be a peaceful day of hiking and snapping photos of the kids, but one picture revealed something far from ordinary. In the background, a blurry, shadowy figure loomed just behind the group. The unsettling part? According to the mom, no one else was anywhere near them when the photo was taken. At first glance, this 2007 photo snapped near Nashville, Tennessee, looks like a simple, heartwarming moment of two young friends strolling hand in hand along a peaceful, tree-lined path. But take a closer look, and things turn chilling. Just ahead of the children, a misty, childlike figure seems to materialize out of thin air. Some even claim there's another shadowy presence lurking further down the lane. The land once held a plantation before the Civil War, leading many to ask, are these ghostly figures remnants of a haunting past that refuses to be forgotten? 52-year-old Ricardo Dianella from the quiet municipality of Timbe, Brazil, was ready for the thrill of a lifetime hang gliding through the open skies. Unlike paragliding, hang gliding uses a fixed-wing glider, offering an intense, high-flying adrenaline rush. As he launched into the air, an onlooker began filming, expecting to capture a breathtaking moment. Instead, they witnessed a nightmare.
Meu Deus, minha Nossa Senhora! Ai, alguém segura meu cachorro!
Mid-flight, Ricardo's glider suddenly gave out. In a horrifying instant, he plummeted from the sky. The tragedy left witnesses in shock, and even now, no clear explanation has been found for the catastrophic failure. What was supposed to be an unforgettable adventure turned into a devastating loss, one that haunts all who saw it. Reddit user Evan4506 paid a quick visit to the eerie Oxsabel Cemetery, an already creepy spot made even more unsettling by a local legend. According to the rumor, if you stop your car on the nearby bridge, it might not start again. Curious but skeptical, they pulled over, and that's when things got weird. While parked, they heard a strange, high-pitched ringing that sent chills down their spine.
You hear it twice, right?
You sure it talks, alright?
At first, they brushed it off until the sound returned, and this time, they managed to capture the tail end of it on video. Reviewing the footage later, they noticed something even stranger, a faint whisper, just before a brief white flash appeared on camera. There was no one else around. The cemetery is tiny, tucked away, and empty at the time. So what or who was behind the voices and the flash? Could the legend be more than just a spooky tale? While camping deep in the forest, this man stumbled upon something no one ever wants to find. An eerie mask half buried in the mud, its disturbing design sending chills down his spine. There were no signs of who it belonged to, but something about it felt wrong. Was it just a forgotten prop, or had it played a role in something far more sinister? A curious family ventured out to explore a cemetery rumored to be haunted. As they neared the entrance, they stumbled upon a lifeless animal lying beneath a tree, setting a chilling tone for what was to come.
Miren, un animal muerto también de los guarichos que se hacen acá en esta zona. ¿Lo puedes levantar, por favor? Sí. Ve, este animal lo sacamos ahora estamos viéndolo recién. Si ustedes aprecian ahí.
Undeterred, they pressed on, filming the weathered tombstones, until something caught their eye.
Mira, mira, mira. Mira. No, esto de no creer, esto de no creer, vamos. Corran. Ahí se ve, la verdad que se mueve, está en movimiento, la verdad que Jesús de Nazaret, no, vamos, corran, ya,
A small, ghostly figure appeared to drift between the graves, moving slowly and eerily. Panic kicked in, and they backed away in fear. But just as they were about to leave, curiosity got the better of them. They turned back for one final look. Had they just seen a ghost? A group of men from the Middle East had a spine-chilling encounter with a mysterious, terrifying figure.
يا الله عم افتحوا بس انا اوريهم بس غمق البير.
يا الله
The footage cuts off just before the climax, leaving us hanging. But since they lived to upload it, we know they made it out alive. Some viewers are convinced they came face to face with a real jinn. Others think it was all just a carefully staged stunt for clout. But here's what has people talking: the claws. Could this creature be something from the animal kingdom? Take a look and tell me. Do you recognize these claws? Two girls were hiking through the misty mountains of the Philippines with a large group when they stopped to snap a few pictures. Caught up in the moment, they didn't realize the group had already moved ahead, leaving them suddenly and eerily alone in the dense jungle. Panicking, they rushed to catch up, one of them filming as they ran. But later, while reviewing the footage, they noticed something chilling.
Naliligaw. Wala ni mga kasama namin. Wala ni mga kasama namin.
Something they hadn't seen at the time. a shadowy figure moved silently behind them and vanished in the blink of an eye. The girl who shared the video insists no one else was around. So, what did the camera capture? A harmless animal? Or something far more unsettling? A group of mountain climbers was savoring the thrill of their ascent when the unthinkable happened. Without warning, the ground beneath them lurched. In an instant, the mountainside gave way, sending rocks and earth cascading below as they clung desperately to whatever they could grasp. 1 second, they were climbing. The next, they were hanging on for dear life, staring into the jaws of disaster. Miraculously, no one was fatally injured, but the sheer panic of that moment burned itself into their memories. None of them ever set foot on that mountain again. She was casually filming a video for social media, just another day, another post. But what her camera captured in the background was anything but ordinary.
Who are you?
Man, I be that pretty motherfucker, man.
ASAP?
Yes, sir.
A man, eerily still, was lurking, slowly creeping closer with a disturbing calm. The moment he noticed the camera, he froze, then turned and vanished. It wasn't until she replayed the footage that the true horror hit her. Had he been watching her all along, waiting? If she hadn't been recording, what could have happened? Chelsea and her friend James decided to explore an old abandoned tunnel from the 1920s, a place shrouded in ghostly rumors. Later, while reviewing the footage, they made a shocking discovery. The gate appeared to shut on its own, and just moments later, a dark, shadowy figure casually glided past the camera.
Is that gate closed? The freaking gate's closed, James! Look! Yes!
No way.
Freaking crazy!
There's another train coming by. Wait, right when the train comes by, this thing closes by itself? Wait a minute. What the? Wait a freaking minute.
That is weird.
Come up here anyways. Like.
The video set the internet abuzz, with many hailing it as indisputable evidence of a paranormal presence. However, not everyone was convinced. Some speculated that the eerie silhouette might simply have been Chelsea's finger accidentally making an appearance in the frame. What's your take? Genuine ghostly activity, or just a trick of the camera? Chris McCandless was born into privilege, but he never felt at home in the world of wealth and expectations. So he made a radical choice. He gave away his entire $24,000 inheritance, abandoned his family name, and disappeared into the wild, chasing a life unshackled by society. With no maps, no guide, and only what he could carry, Chris roamed across America, braving rugged landscapes and unforgiving wilderness. A flood destroyed what little digital resources he had, but still, he pressed on. His final journey led him deep into the Alaskan backcountry, along the treacherous Stampede Trail, a place feared even by seasoned survivalists. Running low on supplies, he found shelter in an old abandoned bus. There, he survived for weeks, living off the land and the remains of a moose carcass that spoiled more with each passing day. By day 94, starvation and the toxic effects of wild potato seeds had ravaged his body. Too weak to move, Chris was trapped. When hunters eventually stumbled upon the bus, they found his emaciated body, just 67 pounds, and a heartbreaking farewell note: "I have had a happy life and thank the Lord. Goodbye, and may God bless all." Was Chris a brave soul chasing the purest form of freedom? Or was he a dreamer, blinded by idealism, unprepared for the brutal reality of nature? Two friends were visiting their father's graves at a quiet cemetery when, for no particular reason, one of them pulled out their phone to start recording. They'd never taken photos or videos at a cemetery before, but something about the moment felt different. Almost like something was watching. Just for fun, they decided to try and capture any signs of paranormal activity. Later that night, they played back the footage, and what they heard chilled them to the bone.
Oh, for sure,
It's
yeah.
like 30 grand or something.
Here at the cemetery, yeah. I'm just taping this. Yeah, I don't know. Just here at the cemetery, but it's raining, pissing rain out. We'll try to find your dad's too, but we don't have to, like, if it's really hard to find or...
I think it's like
I
at the
want
top.
to-
I don't know. We can drive as much, but if
Okay.
I can't, then it's okay. Because I feel, I don't know what to do.
Well, we'll come sometime when it's not too rainy, and then we'll just get some flowers.
Yeah.
And then you just come and just say hi. My dad used to come and just knock like that.
Oh, yeah.
When my dad first brought him here to my brothers.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be there soon.
Yeah.
Well, not soon, but one day.
Yeah, what are you saying? Make it more depressing.
A voice, clear as day, said he wanted to be buried, not cremated. He liked the outdoors. He wanted to be in the earth. The strange part? Neither of them remembered hearing anything like that while they were there. It wasn't their voices, and no one else had been around. So who or what said it? And how do you explain a voice that only shows up after you've left the cemetery? While hiking near a breathtaking waterfall in Unsettling National Park, a backpacker's peaceful adventure took a terrifying turn when he suddenly slipped and tumbled toward the edge. In a heart-pounding moment, he managed to grab onto a boulder, clinging for his life above the rushing waters below. Rescuers were immediately called, and just as the cold began to take its toll, a helicopter swooped in, plucking him from danger in the nick of time. Officials later revealed that any delay could have triggered hypothermia, and without that boulder to hang on to, the outcome might have been tragically different. While exploring Hankey Church Cemetery in Plum, PA late one night, a Reddit user snapped a photo that still sends chills down spines. In the image, a mysterious half-body apparition appears. Some say it looks like a priest, while others are convinced it's the ghost of a war veteran. Local legend only deepens the mystery. Years ago, a priest was allegedly lynched on the very grounds for committing adultery, just before the church burned down under unexplained circumstances. Adding to the eeriness, the cemetery is also the final resting place for numerous war veterans. Despite several attempts to recreate or debunk the image, the original poster stands firm, calling it one of the most convincing paranormal photos they've ever encountered. While trekking deep into the forest, this backpacker made a chilling discovery, something that didn't belong in nature. A row of deer ankles, severed and arranged with eerie precision, lay before him like a grim display. This wasn't the random work of scavengers. No, someone or something had placed them there on purpose. But why? Was it part of a ritual, a sinister warning, or something even darker lurking in the shadows? The deeper you think about it, the more disturbing it becomes. While hiking along a quiet trail in the heart of Essex Village, a man captured what he thought was just peaceful nature footage. But later, as he reviewed the video, something chilling jumped out at him. For just a split second, a ghostly smoke-like figure appeared, its head and hands eerily visible, before vanishing into thin air. Some believe it might be the legendary village spirit, a mysterious entity tied to local folklore. But is it truly paranormal, or is there a more rational explanation hiding in plain sight? He couldn't believe his eyes. Deep in the forest, he stumbled upon something truly bizarre, a pile of shoes scattered across the forest floor. But these weren't just old, discarded sneakers. Each one had been carefully sliced open at the front, yet oddly, they were still in good condition. Why were they here? Who left them? Perhaps most chilling of all, who did they belong to? Some began to speculate that the shoes might be connected to something far more sinister, maybe even victims. Suddenly, this strange discovery took a haunting turn. A grieving family was heartbroken to discover that items they lovingly placed on their daughter's grave kept vanishing. Desperate for answers, they installed a motion-activated camera near the site, hoping to catch the culprit. What they found the next morning, though, left them speechless. Among the captured images was one that chilled them to the bone. A little girl wandering alone through the cemetery in the dead of night. The family didn't recognize her. She wasn't connected to them in any way. Puzzled, they showed the photo to the cemetery staff. What happened next made their hearts skip a beat. The workers led them to another nearby grave belonging to a child named Fabiola Nova Rodriguez. When they contacted Fabiola's mother and showed her the eerie photo, she broke down in tears. She instantly identified the girl in the picture. It was Fabiola. But how could that be? Was the ghost of Fabiola watching over the cemetery or trying to send a message?